And how were you when you started acting?
I was 11 when I first filmed Dumbo.
Oh my God, what was that experience like? Because you were in there with some major names.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah, it was, I'm very grateful that I was so young because I think I couldn't be nervous because I was like, oh, hey, Colin, hey, Michael, and like Danny DeVito's there, and I was really relaxed, which is insane to me. Yeah, I think if I was filming that now, I would be having heart palpitations every day. However, I had a huge crush on Colin.
Did you?
Like, I mean, who doesn't have a crush on Colin Farrell? He's Colin Farrell. But yeah, it was weird because he was playing my dad, so it was kind of creepy. I was like obsessed with him. Yeah.
But I didn't, you know, I understand, like, it's helpful sometimes when you don't know what you're in the middle of, because then you don't get as nervous and afraid when you don't necessarily know, like, you know, when you're that young or when you kind of don't know what's happening. No, it kind of shields you in a way where you don't have to be stressed, or you don't know to be stressed, depressed.
Didn't know to be stressed. I think I should have been stressed. I was just in my brain. I was like, this is fine. This is a breeze.
Some things is good just not to know, because then you could get through it better. And then your parents are both in the industry. Your mom is an Emmy Award-winning actress, and your dad is a director and a producer. Like, so did you kind of always know that you wanted to be an actress, you know?
I think, you know, I was very fortunate enough because both my parents were in the industry. I could kind of visit sets and stuff, and I would go a lot with my mum. And it was so boring. Like, it just the most...
It was boring to you?
It was just because they would just wait around all day. I just, like, to me, like, acting was just, like, 90% of the time she would just be, like, waiting around, like, drinking coffee. And I was like, you guys don't work. But then I think, yeah, we didn't really have a conversation about it. And then I got the audition for Dumbo, and then I filmed it, and then it was just kind of a snowstorm after that. I was obsessed and loved it, and suddenly realized, I was like, this is exactly what I want to do.
That's awesome. And then your parents, did they give you any advice?
They didn't. I mean, I think they kind of let this be my own experience, but my dad is very, you know, etiquette on set and everything, and it's very important to remember people's names. So he taught me a trick, which is, you say the name 3 times in your head, and then you trace the name on your leg 3 times, and that's like supposed to help you remember it. And it doesn't help you remember it.
It doesn't? So it didn't work?
No, but I would kind of like, when I was like 11, be like, right, like, okay, and I'd be like doing that.
That's a lot of names on the set. You know how many people was on the set? You know what I used to do when I was in Dreamgirls? Because that was my first film. Girl.
That was your first film?
Yes!
Oh my goodness!
So I understand what you mean about nerves. So my trick was never to look off the floor. So then it wasn't like a sea of people. Everybody was just feet. So I didn't look up because I was like, oh my God, because it was the first film, and I'm like, all of these people are, you know, watching you. Because acting is very vulnerable. Of course. So I didn't start looking up from the floor.
So like, I should start doing now.
Maybe my 3rd or 4th film, actually probably the last one I was just in. I was like, hello, and what do you do? And what's going on in this department? But it made it a different experience. But if you ever get nervous, just make them feet.
Just the okay. Hi, guys.
That's my advice.